Howdy folks, TJ here. Pretty dang excited. I have received a new ZapperBox device in the mail just a few minutes ago, actually UPS. The dogs were barking and I heard UPS coming up and they alerted me a package was here. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I cut the cord this last year and I decided to go back to my antenna, and using the ZapperBox device that gave me two tuners, gave me the new ATSC 3 signal, the NextGen TV, in hopes that I would have a better experience, even though far from the towers, 65, 70 miles away. I was hoping that a newer NextGen signal would give me just enough boost to where I wouldn't lose channels as often. Overall, it's worked pretty well. It still goes out. Unfortunately, I live far away, and we're at the mercy of the airwaves. One day I could be picking things up perfectly fine. Then the morning or night hits and I lose it. And then all of a sudden I pick up stations in San Francisco. That's 120 miles away. It's crazy. I should have, some type of a motor on my antenna that could point it as these things change, or know that the airwaves will change and make the antenna a little bit different, and it would bring them in all the time. But overall, my experience has been pretty good. ZapperBox brought me recording capability so I could DVR TV shows. And most of the time I get, if one of my channels goes out, I can resort to the NextGen signal and it comes in a little bit better, and I can watch my show. At times, all of it goes to crap and I can't watch any of them and I got to switch to something else. But that's not because of the device, it's because where I live. I live in the lower mountains of California and reception here is just bad because I'm so far away. But that doesn't mean I'm not very happy with the way ZapperBox has improved my antenna capability and me be able to record shows, because my wife likes PBS on, there's the midwife, Call the Midwife, and these other shows that pop up, and she says, record this. I was afraid when we were switching, from Dish back to this, that I would no longer have that capability, but that's where the ZapperBox came in. ZapperBox is, and I'll admit, it's not the cheapest device in the book, the original ones. It was a $275 purchase plus tax and shipping and all that. Came to about a little over $300. Been happy with it. It's doing the job. And then all of a sudden, the folks at ZapperBox announced a new M2 and M3 device that could tag along and grab the tuner signals of the original ZapperBox and maybe allow a different room to record. Well, I don't know if it records. I'm going to be learning this along the way, but be able to watch the shows that I recorded on my original one in a different room. And eventually, with new updates, be able to scan in the channels live tuning that it's doing from the Sacramento feed. Those features are to come. The one feature that this new little device that I'm going to show you here in a second supposed to do is be able to watch my recordings in another room, which is step number one. Great. I've recorded a show. Wife goes upstairs. She wants to watch Call the Midwife on a Sunday night. Perfect. She can go up there and watch the recording. Eventually, supposedly, and I'll have to look at, on ZapperBox's website, they have a calendar of here's what's coming. In March, I'm going to just say spring of this year, it's supposed to also grab the live antenna feed. So this little M3 device, which is a tunerless device, but it allows you to piggyback onto the original ZapperBox that I have, be able to watch antenna feed, watch DVR shows. I'm not quite sure if it can also say record said show that's coming in on the live, even though it doesn't have a tuner. It's grabbing the feed from the original one. Will it let me record? Is there an SD device on here that I can record to? I don't know. Those are all things we're going to learn. But today is an unboxing, number one, and then I'm going to connect it up to a big TV I have over here, and we're going to see if I can watch Call the Midwife that I recorded for my wife the other day. And that's step number one, to see how the experience goes. So let's do a little unboxing. It was shipped to me in the exact box that you're seeing here. And on the top of the box, let me show you the top of the box and then the side. This is exactly how it's come to me. And what does it say? It says ZapperBox ATSC 3.0 and 1.0. So it grabs the old feeds as well. 4K, HDR, Dolby Atmos, and Dolby AC4. And then it's called the M3 Zapper Mini. The reason they call that is because they also came out with a one tuner Zapper box. I think they're going to be changing the names of some of these things. I think they realized it was M1, M2, and then M3. People getting confused of, well, does the M1 have a tuner? Does the M3 have a tuner? No, this one doesn't. It gets a little confusing. This M3 model, as received today, is a tunerless device. So it's got to have one in the house, a Zapper box that has at least a single tuner, if not a double tuner. I've got the double tuner one, to chat with it and network with it and be able to utilize its capability. On the side of the box, it says, in the box is a ZapperBox M3, an IR remote control, power adapter, 4K HDMI cable, Ethernet cable, and a quick start guide. So let's go ahead and open the box. When May comes around, I'm going to say May. I think it's supposed to be March or April. When the new version of the software comes available that I can grab onto the tuner and be able to me watch a different show downstairs and wife watch her live, not recording, but live event, I'm going to be tickled pink. In the box has come in here and a piece of paper. Let's look at the piece of paper first. ZapperBox M3 user manual. There's and I'll show you here. Oh, it's basically just two pieces of paper, folded in a way that makes it look like a little manual. I'm not going to show you every page, but this front page basically has a QR code for support. A Zap AI is the artificial intelligence-based chatbot on our website. Frequently asked questions, video tutorials. So everything to kind of get your ball rolling there. And then on the back side of that is a picture of the Zapper box and how to, what each of the ports are connected to the TV. It does have a micro SD slot. It's got an optional Ethernet, so there is an SD slot. What's that for? Does that mean I can tap in the future to the live feed from my M1, I think it's called, downstairs, and be able to record a show upstairs on the actual SD card that's in here? So I don't have to rely on the one downstairs. Okay, and then more pages. Let's just show you a couple more pages. It's just a big guide, multiple pages put together in a little booklet. There's a total of 6 pages. Okay, so you got the drift of that. You're here to see the Zapper box, I think. And the Zapper box looks so far very similar to the one that I had before. Let's grab it out of the box. Well, it lets me. Okay, so this has come out. This is very snug as a bug in a rug inside here. Okay, I've got this. I'll put this here. And then inside the box, in the bottom vestibule, are all the things that it said would be in the box, which is a Ethernet cable, a remote control, some batteries, 2 batteries. What brand of batteries did you use this time? Last time, I forgot. It was a funny name. This one's All Key. You come with 2 batteries, a AC power supply, and a HDMI cable. Nice. Okay, let me put these all back in here so I don't lose anything. And then we'll take the, everything's well packed. It's got serial number on here, so I'm not going to show you the bottom in case serial number has some bearing on something, but we'll show you the front. I'm going to stand up over here because sometimes the focus likes to focus in on your face. Here's the front of it. Looks like it says ZapperBox. Here's the top, ZapperBox, and there's a little piece of plastic. Oh, let's go ahead and just peel it off now. Oh, that felt good. Okay, top of the box. The sides, here's the SD slot and some ventilation, it looks like. Over here, just ventilation or design. Yeah, it looks like there's little holes in there. And then the back of the box, which it looks like a port for your power cord, a USB. Not sure what that's used for as of yet. Maybe to store stuff on or do an update. A LAN port, which is Ethernet, HDMI, and RF. So this is a little RF so you can, for the remote. Cool. So, and there's also, it looks like IR on the front too. So anyway, There you go. So that's what this little device looks like. It looks very similar to the other one, other than it's a little smaller. There's no regular RF type of coax connector to plug your antenna into. That's the difference on this one. This is a tunerless box. So next step is for me to turn off this recorder, make room over here, because I got some of my Atari 520 ST. It's the 40-year anniversary of that computer that I just did a video on, and I have that all over there connected to the TV in question that I'm going to connect this to. And I'll go ahead and connect it up, and we'll walk through the motions together of setting it up, and then try to play Call of the Midwife for a few seconds so I don't get any type of copyright strikes or anything. So anyway, let's turn off the camera and do that next. All right, we now are connected. I've got the ZapperBox here connected with an HDMI cable to my 4K TV in my home office. We're going to plug the power cord in the back of the ZapperBox. And by the way, look at this beautiful old Atari. If you're my age, Atari makes sense. Atari was awesome and still is awesome. But this is a ZapperBox video. But I love my old Ataris. It's their 40-year anniversary for this computer. So anyway, let's go ahead and get the power cord and plug her in. Okay, a ZapperBox, nice. Okay, and let me focus in on the screen, just in case it's picking up me more. And you're going to get a little glare at the top. I've got an office door behind this TV, and it's going to give a nice shine and sheer to it, but there's nothing I could do about that, unfortunately. So, unless I get a blackout drape at some point. Dolby Atmos. So it's coming up with all the big slang words, ZapperBox and Dolby and all that fun stuff. Let me put this little antenna down. Okay, ZapperBox. So this window looks familiar. English, that's what I think know. English. Okay, continue. Time zone, date, and setup. Okay, continue. Automatic date and time. Good. January 8th, 2025, but it's not PM, so I got to set my time zone. I guess LA is the one that I'm going to select, although I prefer putting San Francisco if it's got that as an option. I'm not on LA time, although poor folks down in LA, I live in California, so I know about fires. I live in a high fire area in Northern California. LA right now is getting pillaged by some bad fires down there and feel really bad for them. I fully understand what they're going through, because I've had a fire here next to the house half a mile away, and evacuations and all that fun stuff. So anyway, Los Angeles is the one I'm going to select. Okay, use 24-hour format. Okay, good. Okay, I guess I hit the little back arrow. Okay. Wireless Wi-Fi. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do wireless. And this is where I'm going to turn off the recorder, because I don't need you to know what my stuff is, so hold tight, and then I'll come right back. All right, so I've started the recording again, focusing in on the screen. You'll see that little bit of a glare there. Again, there's not much I could do about that. So it picked up my Wi-Fi fine. My Wi-Fi is literally only a foot and a half away, so it better. So installed release version, ZapperBox 3.1. So this is higher than the other one. Maybe this is for this particular, because I just checked on my TV. I made sure that there was a recording on there, and also the software was up to date. So it's 3 point something over there. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Bad allergies. Okay. Installed releases 12/20/2024. You know how fresh this is. From what I gathered when I was watching the ZapperBox Facebook group, these were coming over from Santa. Santa was delivering them. They had a whole thing on their Facebook group that Santa's coming and he's in Chicago. They got them at their office. They tested each one, and I'm guessing they probably made sure all this stuff works. And so 12/20 is when all this was done. Your device will use the internet connection to do a download test. Okay, so let's do that. Continue. Checking for updates. You are running the latest version. It better be. It's only been a week and a half or whatever, unless they made changes. They do a lot of changes. So first time setup, congratulations. You have successfully completed it. And blah, blah, blah. Select exit to start watching TV. So I don't think I'll be able to watch TV yet because we're waiting. Oh, this whole screen looks new and different. There's a ZapperBox desktop per se, and there's a DVR library up at the top. So all the stuff has moved up to a upper menu on the top. Let me make sure that's picking in because the glare, that's where about the glare is. Yeah, it's coming in well enough. Anyway, so it looks like it's on DVR right now, and that's because right now the current version of the software is supposed to be ready for DVR, so we're going to test it. But let's look at some of these other things first. So so I can use the left arrow on my remote. There's settings. I'm guessing the antenna is grayed out right now. I'm guessing when it's ready to work, it's not going to be grayed out, and it's going to highlight like the rest of these and say you're ready to rock and roll. So I can't antenna, I can't search, but it says live TV. I don't know, is that maybe not the antenna for the roof? I don't know. Live TV, can I hit that? Let's just see what it does. It may say no, and I'm guessing no because it was on DVR before, and so yeah, it's saying no to that. But DVR library, we're going to see if it chats. Now I do have my ZapperBox on in the other room, so I don't know if it needs to be in a certain state or what. We're testing these things out as we go. And then there's 1, 2, 3. There's all these numbers here, which I don't know what are for yet. In future videos, I'll explain it, but we're opening this together and going through it. Let's hit DVR library. No external storage device found because I don't have an SD card in here. Library, schedule, and it's not letting me go through schedule. I'm using the arrows here, so no external storage. Yeah, so I may have to do some reading here. I'm hitting the up and down arrows. I would think it would go down to schedule, library, and all that stuff, but it's not. It's just going, it's staying here on library. And this device has nothing, but it's because it needs to chat with my other box. There must be some other settings that I'm going to have to do. Let's get back to, if I hit this, maybe I need to go to settings. Let's go to settings. Settings, Wi-Fi setup, time settings, captions, menu, Dolby, sharing. See, I wonder if that sharing has to be on somehow, but that's in beta. A purple moon, a blue sky, red rose. I don't know what those things are, but there's beta software here. Maybe I don't want to do that quite yet. Maybe I need to read and find out what happens because I want to play a DVR recording here for you. It's not jumping out saying I'm ready to rock and roll, but I wouldn't think I would have to turn on sharing beta, but maybe you do. But I don't know. Do I turn the blue pill, the purple pill, the red pill? This is giving you a little bit of a Matrix feel to it. So interesting. So anyway, I guess I got to just arrow out of this because it's not letting me storage, sharing, software update, download, test, diagnostics, remote access, and so on. So it's really not, before I turn on sharing, share my recordings is off. Maybe I need to go to my other TV and allow sharing to be on. Maybe it's off. So let me stop the recording. Let me do a little investigating, but at least the device is booting. We're going to come back and we're going to play a DVR eventually here. So hold tight. Okay. I did go into the other room and turned on sharing. I don't know if I needed to do that. I'll have to go back and watch my video. But what you'll see is when I went into the library, this little line up here was under this device. And that's why it was not showing anything. But when I switched it over to this one by using the arrow key and selecting it, it is now seeing the 2 recordings that we've done from the ZapperBox in the other main room. Episode 1 of Lucy Worley's Investigates, and then episode 1 of Call the Midwife. Now, since I promised you Call the Midwife, we're going to go ahead and select this one and hit play. And play episode, Christmas Special 2021. Play. Playback stopped. Now, I didn't stop it unless I hit the button somehow twice. Hit, play episode, play. Okay, so hiccup number 1 that I'm experiencing. So I did not stop it. I did hit play. I didn't double tap, which is always a possibility. I'm clearly hitting this one here. I got to point at it here. Hitting to DVR library. Let me just try this other show in case it's a show-specific one. I'm hitting OK button or play button in the middle. Play episode. It is on play, so I'm hitting play. Playback started. This one is playing. Maybe something happened with the other recording. So right now I'm watching All Creatures... No, this is a commercial, but this is a PBS show of Lucy Worley's. And can I stop it? And I'm going to hit... I'm going to go hit the back arrow to go back 10 seconds. Yes, 10 seconds. Another 10 seconds. And if I hit right, it should go 30 seconds in advance. All pretty quick. I'm hitting these buttons and it's just doing it. I got to hold the remote down here, unfortunately, to point at the box. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. It's doing it pretty quick. It's doing it over the network in the house. Stop. Okay, cool. So now, right now, this channel, it's a little cryptic. I'm wondering if I can name that ZapperBox. There's some things I'll be learning, but right now it's picking up as that big old long letter A, C, D, B, blah, blah, blah. I need to change that. I'm wondering if there's a way that we can put ZapperBox or Main TV or whatever the name is. So that's something I will explore. Let's just go back to the call of the win by. Maybe it stopped because there's only 2 seconds of video and maybe my wife didn't really record that one. Play. Play. Playback started. And stop. Okay. So no, apparently maybe, so I'll have to go look. I'll have to play it in the other room. So anyway, there's limited of the unit that comes without a tuner. It does need to chat with my other TV, and I'm going to be learning more. I turned on that sharing just to the word on, which was in a settings area. So I went to menu. I don't know if I could do that on this one. Menu. Nope. So all the stuff's a little bit different. Up here, I need to go to settings, I guess. And I went over to down to sharing, and then you'll notice remote devices. It says shared now, so that's cool. And then I turned it to the word on. It was on off on both sets. So ZapperBox M3, I think they're just going to call it the ZapperBox Mini moving forward to the best of my knowledge. We shall see. But you've got a nice little control system up here. I'm guessing some things are grayed out because they're not a feature ready yet. But right now I can go to at least the DVR. The live TV doesn't do anything. If I hit record, yeah, it's not doing anything. But DVR, I can go to the DVR. I can go move the arrow up and change to this device or the other device by using the little arrows. And then I can go down and select the show, and I can hit play and play. And it remembers, it looked cool. It resumes from last position, which is always a good thing. Or no, let's play from the, yeah, let's resume from the last. See if it remembers it. Hit. Playback started. Jack the Ripper. That's why my wife likes this. She wants to Jack the Ripper me. I hope not. Anyway, let's stop the recording. So there you go. ZapperBox Mini, unboxing, first test. I should have read the instructions before it, but I wanted to get this thing connected like a typical guy. I don't need a map, but I am pretty good about reading directions after I do the initial setup. But I figured it out, and I got it working, and it's recording, and it's relatively quick, like I said, for playback. You hit play, it starts. You hit stop, it stops, and you can go back 10 seconds, and it picks up right away. You can move forward 30 seconds. So yeah, it's working pretty well. Thanks for watching. We'll come back as I do updates on this, as ZapperBox makes updates, adds more features. I'll come in and show you what's happening. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and Happy New Year 2025. Bye.